called it is a working capital cycle. And I know everyone's probably heard what working capital, we need lots of that. But really it is a 3-step process, and it does uncover the gold that's hiding in your business. So we all started, many years ago, probably with a couple of piggy banks, and that's how we learnt about money. But really we've evolved a lot since then. And every single person in business would have started with an idea. But did they have the money in the bank to support them throughout the early stages of their business? And do they have it? Do you have it now? A lot of people don't. And that is one of the biggest problems that we're facing, particularly now. We have so many more people starting businesses and they have no money. But really that's the start, just the start of our working capital cycle. So, money does make the world go round. Money also gives you freedom. We need to remember that. So once we've had our idea, we start to market it. We start to try and sell that information to people. But do we know, are the people shopping for what we actually sell? Are you truly passionate about what you provide? I know so many people in business that actually have no passion for what they're doing, and they're actually in the wrong business. Can people find you? And can you serve enough customers to earn your living? And that is a huge one. A lot of people think that they're selling their service or their good for the right price, but they can't afford to live. We're going to go through an example later on of how many customers you would need to find every day to ensure that you're earning that the amount of money you want. The third area is around the debtors. So, do we make it easy for our customer to pay on time, or are we all crossing our fingers hoping that people will pay us? So we've gone through the three areas very briefly. The first one is we need to have money in the bank. We then convert that to a good or service that customers want to buy. Then we will convert that into a debtor, and hopefully they will pay, the money will go into the bank, and we will make some money. Now, if that little cycle goes around once a year, we're going to make X amount of money. If it goes around 50 times a year, we're going to make 50 times the amount of money. So basically what we want to do is break down every one of those areas to work out where our blocks are. So the practical part of today is to actually break that down. So I'll just pull that down for a moment. So what I like to do, is to start with looking at your bank account. Do you have some money blocks? Do you think money shouldn't be in the bank? Do you have enough sales on a daily basis? Do you have high interest debt that you're paying? Do you have a monthly budget so you know what you can spend? So you can see some of these questions are just starting to think about either income, expenses, or where you're actually sitting your money. Sometimes we're sitting our money in places that don't actually provide a good return. And the biggest one on that is actually in stock, which is why we then focus on the next area of what can we sell. Have we got the right stock? Do we have the right customers repeating? Are we giving our time away for free? Are some of these things resonating with people that they realize that they're not turning these things over fast enough? Do we actually know how much profit we're making from each line item? So if we're selling a service, are we putting too many hours into each customer? Once we've analysed the services, the amount of time we're putting into them, the amount of cost per product, we can then look at, which ones do we want to market, and are we marketing them? So even though it's nothing to do with accounting, marketing does play a big part to make sure we're getting it right. And once we've analysed all of the programs, services, inventory, we can then go on and make sure people are buying our products, our services, and that the debt collection is working correctly. And that it's a whole specialised area. Every country has different rules and regulations, but generally if we can get customers to pay on time, that will hasten up our working capital cycle. Generally, when I'm working with clients, we delve really quite deep into each of those areas because that's the practical bones of your business. Once they are working faster and faster and we're able to convert more dollars back to dollars, we start to earn more money. So one of the things that most people ask is, how much do I need to sell per day to be able to earn X amount? There is actually a very, very simple calculation for that. So if you want to earn $10,000 a month, let's use that as an example. And I can't be too specific because we're in so many different countries, but if you want to write down, you need to take whatever sales that you think you can make per year. So in this example, I've used $250,000 of sales. If you can take off what your costs are, so if it costs you 20% to make a sale, then you're going to take $50,000 off. Then you're going to take your overheads off. So overheads are things like all your computer expenses, advertising, counting fees, staff training, subscriptions, all of that. Let's say that was $30,000 a year. That's going to leave you $170,000. And then you need to take off your tax. So I've just used 30%. I think that's probably about an average around a few countries. If I took that off, you basically lives you $120,000 a year. So it's only another three-step process, and then divide that by the number of days you want to work. So if we worked 5 days a week, took off 4 weeks holiday, it would actually be $1,042 a day in sales. So when you break it down into a daily target, it makes it a little bit easier to achieve. Sometimes clients have realized that they're never going to earn that. And that's where the magic happens, because I can show them ways they can do that. And that's one of the really powerful lessons that we've given to people, is when they can see, what is the target for the day. And when they start to achieve it on a regular basis, we double it. And then they start to really see how powerful just the working capital cycle is. Sorry, excuse my voice. Losing it. So the main premise, as Linda mentioned, is I will inspire you to experience financial freedom. I will partner with you to believe you can have it all, and teach you to thrive and experience what it means to prosper and flourish to new dimensions. There's so many more areas that I can delve into. And in fact, as soon as we've unblocked a lot of those areas, I find that it's actually the mindset that is the key to evolving the business, scaling it up, and moving it to the next level. Too many of us have been brought up with a fear of having money. It's come from our parents or grandparents in particular, where money was not a good thing. And I really believe that we shouldn't have that. If we work hard and work smart, we can actually make enough money to support ourselves, our own families, and actually to change the world.